Hello parents, this is Ms. Kimbori here. I want to go ahead and introduce and make you more familiar with how homework is going to go in my class. Every student has this folder. They'll have their number here at the top and their name in the center. And inside you will have some resources to help your student with homework if they ever get stuck. So we have our letter cards that we have up here in the classroom. You will have their rainbow words in color right here. And we spend about 3 weeks going through each color. Then you have some print help and then some strategies on different writing and reading and sentences to give you a better idea of what we look for in first grade. And then some math help, and these are the goals for students in language arts and math to accomplish by the end of the school year. In your homework every week, you will get the homework on this side, or any papers that need to be returned back, and papers that need to stay home will be on the back where it says leave at home. And this one is bring back to school. So, homework packet. Some of you may have already seen the one that was sent home last week. This is going to be a little bit different. You will always have the homework chart just like this. You'll have each category, each day will have a column, and if you look closely, they will have the title of what kind of assignment it is, so like phonics, spelling, math, and the description or the title of the worksheet. This is going to help you because when you go into the packet, let's say you're looking at this worksheet, okay, it says high frequency and it says on Wednesday. So if I look on Wednesday, I look at high frequency and it says high frequency word worksheet. So it's all broken down. Each worksheet has the day of the week that it should be completed, but remember, these are due Friday. So you can do it out of order, you could do it whenever. All the homework in here is going to be review or things that we're going to work on throughout the week. So if the student comes home and they're like, I'm not sure, you can always go ahead and send the student back and have them say, Ms. Kimborn, I don't get it, I need a little bit more help. No problem. At the bottom right here, we will go ahead and tell you or give you reminders of what students should be doing every night, practicing their letters and sounds, practicing numbers 1 to 20, skip counting. Please read 20 minutes every single day. And then also at the bottom, we have the reading log area. What we would like to see there to show that you've completed your packet, in order to have it complete, they need to write the title of the name and your initial. Otherwise, it's not complete. First grade is crucial because they're learning their foundational skills. They're going to be learning how to read, how to write sentences completely with nouns and adjectives and verbs, as well as foundational skills for math. Also, please do me a favor. Always have the student or you write the name at the top, because what happens is when you have spelling that week, what I tell my students is tear it off, because your spelling list is on the back of your homework checklist. And all you have to do is either staple it when you send it to school on Monday or Friday, or I will staple it myself. So remember, spelling, you could just tear it off. That way, the student has their list next to them when they have their high frequency. I had a parent one time tell me that they took a screenshot or a picture of this and laid the iPad next to the student. Don't have to. Everything's right in front of you. Spelling list and your work packet will be next to you. So here, we ask students to write their words 3 times each, which means your student will look at their first word, and the first word is has. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to write the word has 3 times across this way. Has, and has. Just like that. Then I look at my second word, and the second word is sack. So I'm going to write sack, and sack. Okay, and I'll do this for the entire sheet. Okay, at the end, it'll be all complete with all their words, and there are 13 this week, right here. And if you notice, the spelling list is broken up into spelling words that go with the phonics for that week right here, as well as the high frequency words or the rainbow words. And at the bottom, we have a sentence that I'm going to dictate. I'm going to read the sentence on Friday, and the students are supposed to write the sentence and make sure that they start with the capital and end with a period. So you're asking, well, when do they get to practice that? On the back of their 3 times each, there is space to practice their sentences. You may go ahead and write it as many times as it fits on the line. So the sentence is, she had to run back to see the pans. Capital. She had to run back to, and I don't have space, so I'm going to the next line, to see the pans, and add my period. So I can fit it again. She had to run back to see the pans. Okay? Students should be able to fit at least 2 times. If they get to 3, awesome. If you want to draw extra lines for your students to get more practice, cool. Have them read the word as they write it, just like I was. So as I was writing the sentence, I was saying the word that I was writing. That I find helps students match what word is being said with the letters in the word that they're going to see. Next, we have phonics. On this one, it says blend the sounds and say the word, write the word, then draw the picture. So for this one, choose 4 words from this list and go ahead and fill it on the lines, then draw a picture. Also, write a sentence with one of those words. So the student gets to create their own sentence. Then we have sentences for Wednesday. What happens here is you need to choose 5 words from your spelling list. So I could choose the word back, and I need to come up with a sentence. So I'll start thinking about a sentence. Back. My backpack is full of work. Okay, so my backpack is full of work. That's 6 words. And then I'm going to write, remind your student, what do you start with? A capital. My backpack is full of work. And end with a period. Now, parents, is your student supposed to spell it perfectly? No. This is an example of how I'm writing it. But if I was a student and I needed to write the sentence, I would go my. Okay. I. They should know that word. I'm pretty sure it's a kindergarten high frequency. Backpack. So the word back is on my list here, and coincidentally, pack is too. So they can refer to their spelling list to help them write backpack. My backpack. Now let's say they're not sure on how to spell is. Have them sound it out. Is. And a lot of them write is. That is okay because they're hearing the sound that they're writing the letter that corresponds to the sound that they're hearing. Fine. They'll learn the word as the year progresses. Full. One L, perfectly fine. That's what they're hearing. Of. This happens every year. Is that okay? Yes. You can talk to them about it afterwards, circle it, and write it's of. It looks like off, but it's of. Of work. Work. That'll happen. So the first one is just an example as a teacher. I write it spelled correctly. However, if this is what your student's sentence looks like, that's fine. I'm not looking for spelling. I'm looking at the forming of sentences, the forming of complete sentences. And let's do one more. Cap. Simple sentence. The boy, let me say it first. The boy had a cap. Simple. The boy had a cap. Period. Simple. I have back right here, I have pack right here, and I have cap. So I can also circle the words, and you need 5 of them. Then we're going to go ahead and look at the high frequency. You go ahead and read the sentences with your student, or your student can read the sentences, then fit in the correct word that goes with the sentence, and then write a sentence with one of the words from the top. And practice test. What happens here is, parents, I am asking you to go ahead and do what I'm going to do in class. Read the words off the list and have your student write it. So the parent would say she. Your student should write the word she. Okay? And in the directions we have for spelling. Practice spelling quiz. Have an adult test you on spelling words and dictation sentence. Write the words missed 5 times. That means grab a separate piece of paper and have your student practice the word. So if I wrote the word back and I forgot the C, I would have to write this word 5 times on a separate piece of paper. And you're going to do all the spelling words and high frequency words as well as the sentence. Read it one word at a time. So what I do in class is she, and I repeat, she, and slowly I build up. She had. And then I repeat, she had. Next would be, she had to. She had to run. So add one word at a time as you're reading the sentence. And then afterwards, what I do is I count how many words are in the sentence, and I make sure the students count to make sure they have the right number of words. And then for reading comprehension, what we like to do for reading comprehension is we read the text 3 times, and we go ahead and put a check mark after each read. Once that's done, then we start answering the questions, and your student is to draw a picture at the end. Fluency. So some students, based on the reading level, will have a little bit more of a challenging fluency passage, but we're going to start with these. And it's all with the same phonics sound as the one we've been practicing. It's usually in the bubble right here. There are some words that are going to be in it. If you want to review those words with your student, great. The way we do fluency is you need to have a timer handy, or you could use your cell phone. You want to set it to 1 minute, and your student should be ready with their finger under the first word. So I'm going to do an example. I'm not going to wait till the timer goes off, but I'm going to go ahead and start. So you would go, are you ready? Your students will say ready with their finger under the first word, and you say go. You click, and they read, I have a cat. She is on a... Okay, so I hit the timer, and I should be reading, she is on a mutt. The cat is tan. My tan cut is bad. So pretend the timer goes off, and I stopped at bad. So I'm going to put my mark where I stopped. I read mutt. I read mat as mutt, and I read cat as cut. So I could go ahead and put a little mark. I circled it, but you could put a mark. I'm going to go ahead and write the first one. So I read 18 words minus those 2. So 18 minus 2 is 16. And I fill that right there into the box. Then I'm going to go ahead and reset the timer, start back at 1, press start, and my student reads it again. So let's say I got to has, and I missed she the first time. So I got to 18, 19, 20, okay? So 2 less than the 20. This would be, rat would be 22, I stopped at has. So 18, 19, 20 minus 1 is 19. And then reset the clock, hit start again, have them read again, and you may go ahead and put a mark. So I stopped at after the. I have a total of 29 words. I stopped with 1 less. I got no mistakes the third time, so I got 28. When the student is done, you're just going to go ahead and sign at the bottom. That means they're done for the day. What you want to see with this practice, with the fluency sheet, is their number of words per minute correctly read is going to increase. Now let's say they get to the bottom and the timer did not go off. If I have extra time, you send the student back to the top and you read. So let's say I got to the bottom and I had to reread and I stopped here. That means I did 29 plus 18 words. So I read a total of 47 words, and that would go in my box. Okay, hope this video helps. I will try and add more videos, but this will be on YouTube for you to review if you forget how to do any of the homework parts. Have a good one.